Hello jugglers! My name is Steve Hogan and I'm making this video for the second annual IJA YouTube tutorial contest. To learn more, visit their website at juggle.org. If you look to the right of your screen, you'll see a brief demonstration of all the tricks that I will teach in this video, with time points listed above, in case you feel like skipping ahead to a specific part of the video. Today I will be teaching the Georgian Shuffle and the Georgian Scuffle. I will also be showing the symmetrical and asymmetrical versions of both of those tricks. Let's start with the Georgian Shuffle, and that would look like this. I'd like you to try a 2-ball exercise first. Throw a split multiplex from one hand. Keep the balls side by side in the air. One will cross to the other side of the pattern, and one will stay on the same side of the pattern where it was thrown. Now try something a little different. The yellow ball will be the inside column, which will cross over to this side. You're going to catch it with the same hand that threw it over here in a claw position. The green ball will be the outside column that will stay on the same side of the pattern where it was thrown, but it's going to be caught by the opposite hand underneath over here. And that would look like this. Now, pick up the third ball and start in this position. 2 balls in this hand, and the third ball over here in a claw position. The first throw of the Georgian Shuffle is a small throw back to the same hand in the claw position. The second throw of the pattern is that multiplex move that I showed you earlier, like that. Now put those two together. 1, 2, stop. 1, 2, stop. 1, 2, stop. Now, instead of just stopping at that point, you'll make an extra exchange from the bottom hand. So that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. The final step is to uncross your arms to make that last catch. So instead of just stopping at that point, you'll uncross your arms and make the last catch with this hand over here. And that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, uncross. 1, 2, 3, uncross. 1, 2, 3, uncross. To really make it the Georgian Shuffle, you need to add a little bit of style to that last catch. There's 2 different ways that I've seen people do it. One way is to uncross your arms, catch the last catch up here in a claw position, and then bring it back down. And that would look like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The other way, which I think looks nicer, is uncross your arms, and while you're holding a ball in this hand, orbit all the way above and around and underneath the final catch. And that would look like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is the asymmetrical version of the Georgian Shuffle. To learn the symmetrical version of the Georgian Shuffle, first learn the asymmetrical version on the opposite side using the same steps as before. Once you are comfortable doing this on either side, start with a 2-ball exercise. Last time you threw a multiplex from here and ended in this position. This time you're going to throw a multiplex under the wrist and leave your arms crossed. One ball will be caught here in the bottom hand, and the other ball will be caught in a claw position over here. So that's going to look like this. Under the arm multiplex and end here. This is the maneuver used to switch sides in the symmetrical version of the Georgian Shuffle. Now, do 1 round of the regular Georgian Shuffle and end with this throw. So 1, 2, 3, and end with this throw. Now, to switch sides, this throw is going to have to be a crossing throw over to this hand. Before it lands in that hand, you will do the under the arm multiplex maneuver that I just showed you. So try this. 1, 2, 3, crossing throw, under the arm multiplex, and stop here. 1, 2, 3, crossing throw, under the arm, and stop here. Once more in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, crossing throw under the arm multiplex, and stop here. At that point, you're perfectly set up to go into the Georgian Shuffle on the other side. So all together now. And now for the Georgian Scuffle, which looks like this. Start the same way as the Georgian Shuffle. Small claw throw here, back to the same hand, and then the multiplex throw, and stop in this position. So at this point, in the Georgian Shuffle, you would just uncross your arms, loop around, and go back to the starting position. But in the Georgian Scuffle, you're going to drop this ball here, claw the outside column here, release that ball, throw a ball up the center, move this hand over to catch the ball that was released here, claw the ball in the center here, swoop around, and go back to the starting position. Now, that sounds really, really confusing. So we're going to look at a step-by-step breakdown. First is the small claw throw, and then the multiplex throw. Cross your arms at that point. Now, drop the column over here and claw the column over here. And then at this point, you're going to throw a ball up through the center, catch the ball that was dropped over here, claw the ball in the center, swoop around, and go back to the starting position. Let's see that whole thing in slow motion. Wow, that is some complicated stuff. If you're having a hard time learning this Georgian Scuffle, there's another pattern you can practice that might help. And that would be the half mess with a claw on top. Because the Georgian Scuffle basically is just this combined with the regular Georgian Shuffle. If you're not familiar with how to juggle the half mess, start from Cascade, and there's going to be an over-the-top throw, under-the-wrist throw and exchange, and then throw a ball straight up from the top hand over here and go right back to Cascade. Here's what that would look like. Over the top, under the wrist, straight up, and back to Cascade. Over the top, under the wrist, straight up, and back to Cascade. Now, to do it continuously, instead of going back to Cascade, just do only one Cascade throw from here and go back into the half mess, which would look like this. And now just add the claw on top, and you can actually go into the Georgian Scuffle directly from this pattern. There is also a symmetrical version of the Georgian Scuffle, which looks like this. And of course, first you'll want to learn the regular asymmetrical Georgian Scuffle on the other side, using the same steps as you did before. Once you're comfortable doing this pattern on either side, you'll be ready to learn the symmetrical version of the Georgian Scuffle. Now let's take a look at the last few throws of the asymmetrical Georgian Scuffle before the pattern repeats itself. Start in this position, and you're going to make a center column throw. Not a multiplex, just throw one ball here. You're going to drop this ball, catch it with this hand over here, claw that center column throw, loop around, and go back to the starting position. So that's the last few throws in the regular Georgian Scuffle. Okay, try that again. One more time. Okay, so this time, to switch sides and make it symmetrical, instead of clawing that center column and leaving this hand as the top hand as you swoop around and go back to the starting position, you're going to claw that center column, go underneath the other hand, and make an under-the-wrist throw here. After you make that under-the-wrist throw, you're going to claw the ball that's left over here with this hand, swoop around, and go back here. And then you'll be set up to do the Georgian Scuffle on the other side. So let's see what that looks like. Start in this position, like that. One more time. And let's go over a very slow step-by-step breakdown, just in case that's way too confusing. So start in this position here, throw the center column throw, and then claw that, move it underneath the other hand, make an under the wrist throw, and then claw a ball over here, swoop around, and go back to the starting position with 2 balls on this side and 1 ball on this side. Let's take a look at the whole pattern in slow motion. Wow, that is just some wild stuff. I hope this video was helpful, and good luck. Once again, my name is Steve Hogan, and I'd appreciate your vote in the IJA YouTube tutorial contest. Check out their website for more details, juggle.org. Until next time, happy juggling.